Scott McNeil. Sorry if that's who you're expecting. I'm Jason Marsden. How you guys doing? You came to the right room?
Yeah.
We're all good here? All right. Well, thanks for being here. My goodness. This is my first Metrocon. My goodness. This is Mike. Mike's helped me out. So it's here. It's about me. You want to talk to me? I think we lost someone already. Did you fall asleep? You just fell asleep a second ago. You so was. Oh no, he's looking at your monitor. Okay, got it. It'll happen, probably. So I'm happy to just monologue, or I'm happy to take questions. Want to start off with a few questions? Start off by you. Yes. Well, I got right back there in the green shirt. Yes.
She's asking if he likes some water.
Would I like some water? Would Mike like some water?
I'm good.
Mike?
I got water.
Awesome. Yeah, any questions you have for Mike, too, is absolutely fine. Yes, Sailor Moon.
Hi, I was just wondering, how tall are you?
I am, that's a great question. I am 5, I used to think, I'm going to come down here because I know I'm going to scribble with cameras up, but I like to talk to people about it. It's so weird. But I am 5'1".
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Same.
Same, yay! Tiny people, we're going to take over.
I'm 5 foot.
You're 5 foot?
Yes.
I thought I was 5'3" forever until at my own party, in my own house, someone challenged me. It was like, you're not 5'3". I'm like, I am. And at my own party, someone got a measuring tape. And they take off my shoes, measure me at the wall at 5'1", and I honored it by, I went back to the DMV and got my driver's license fixed. So it says 5'1".
I feel that though. I used to think I was 5'3.5", and I'm actually 5'2.5" when I measured myself.
Man, dynamite comes in small packages, right?
Yeah.
That's what my mom used to tell me. My goodness. How are you, sir? I always feel like I have to befriend the tallest person in the room. What's going on?
Not much.
Not much? My, one of the pet peeves about being short, I don't know if this happens to the other short people here, is people like to pick me up. Which, I'm a grown man. I'm 43 years old. I don't like to be picked up. It makes me feel unsafe. It's so weird. It's like would it be weird if I just went over and started climbing tall people? Yes? Are you a tall person? No?
6'5".
Sorry?
6'5".
6'5"? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
6'9".
6'9"?
I was gonna say. No, I agree with you on the picking things up.
Yeah.
People look at tall people and say, "Can you pick me up?" I'm like, why? I don't like picking people up.
Oh, thank you for saying no. No, people come up and be like, hey, can I have my picture with you? I'm like, sure. And they'll just scoop me up. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? Easy. Yes, my friend, my tall friend.
My name's Troy, sir. And,
Troy, what's going on, Troy?
Very good. And I had to ask, what was it like to work for the Studio Ghibli film, Spirited Away?
What was it like working for Studio Ghibli, man? So here's the thing, and I probably shouldn't say this at an anime-based convention, but I am not familiar with a lot of anime. It's not that I don't like it. I never gravitated towards it. I didn't have cool friends in my network that were like, hey man, watch this. My first anime was like Voltron, the OG Voltron.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I'm 43, so I know.
Yes, there we go. I'm 43 as well.
Love it.
We're best friends already.
Yes, we are. Anything extra Wookiee.
All right, for Wookiee, you got it. You need a bodyguard Wookiee, you have him call me and I'll find someone. So I auditioned for, an actor's a hired hand, I mean, it's not like the old school Hollywood where we're contract players anymore. We auditioned, and this is one of the auditions that came in, and I read for it in my closet at home, and maybe 3 months later, I found out I booked this, and they were like, yeah, it's Spirited Away. It's it's a Studio Ghibli film by Hayao Miyazaki. I didn't know who Hayao Miyazaki was.
Yep. He's basically the Walt Disney of Japan.
And that's exactly what my agent told me. Yeah, and John Lasseter is friends with him. John Lasseter of Disney fame, and they're good friends. And Disney acquired those movies, and they wanted to re-release them. They said that Spirited Away was like the Titanic of Japan. It made gobs and gobs of money. So of course.
I was gonna say Alice in Wonderland, but yeah.
Say what?
I was gonna say it's like the Japanese version of Alice in Wonderland. In my house.
Oh yes, I'm talking money-wise.
Right.
Yes, Titanic at the time when it came out was like the #1 box office, making gobs of money. Disney's like, we like to make gobs of money. I know, we'll get this movie. So I book it and I go to Disney Animation in the recording studios, and it's basically just me because I just did ADR. Do you know what ADR is?
Yeah.
Yes? For those who don't, it's automated dialogue replacement or actor directly recorded, depending on who you work with. And it's how all anime is done that you watch. If it's been dubbed in English, they all have to go through this process. They show it on the screen, and your line comes up, and the engineer puts 3 beeps before the line, where the 4th beep should be is when you start talking.
Yeah, that's cute.
Correct. So it's just me in this room, and they didn't give me a script. They kind of told me the best they could the story of this movie. And the only scenes I saw were the scenes that Hocus was in. We all seen Spirited Away?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So they just told me about him. They wanted me to make sure. I was wonderfully directed by the writers who had translated the dialogue to English. They're the ones that kind of gave me the scoop. Like, he's kind of like a mercenary for Sebulba, and he's really good, and he wants to help her, but you have to play him duality. You have to play the duality. Like, we don't really know if he's on Chihiro's side or not. And I just kept saying these little bits, and they were outstanding. And it took 2 or 3 days to record it all. Another month later, they invited me to a screening, and that's when I saw it for the first time, and that's when I really understood what Studio Ghibli was all about, what a Miyazaki film was all about. It was outstanding. I mean, the animation, the backgrounds, the colors, so good. And as a result of this, Disney was making a big push. They sent it to film festivals, and they invited me and my wife to go to Toronto, to the Toronto Film Festival. And that's where I got to meet Hayao Miyazaki and one of his producers. Now, Hayao Miyazaki is like my height. He's like our height. He's a tiny person, tiny creative person. Okay? Yeah. Yay! And he didn't speak any English. We had to do it through a translator. Got to meet John Lasseter. That was really cool. If you look at my Instagram, if you really scroll, there's a picture of he and I pushing his limousine, his town car, through busy Toronto traffic as it broke down. We get out, we're pushing it. He was super cool. I only shared a little bit of time with Mr. Miyazaki, but the anecdote I have from that is my wife at the time smoked. She smoked cigarettes, and Hayao Miyazaki smoked cigarettes. And you can't smoke cigarettes in a movie theater unless you're Hayao Miyazaki, where they sectioned off a portion of the lobby just for him. So my wife, being from the South, he's going to go smoke. They give him like an Altoid tin as an ashtray. He goes to smoke. My wife, being from the South, thinks nothing to invite herself. She's like, I'll be right back. So she goes with Mr. Miyazaki, and my wife is 5'8", okay? And I don't know what is going on. It's just the two of them, and I'm talking with someone. I keep looking over, and I just see them in the corner, and I don't know what they're talking about, but they're having a blast. They're laughing and smoking, and she's slapping them on the back and having a good time. I'm like, what'd you guys talk about? She's like, I don't know. We're just, yeah. But he was very cool. The producer gave me a watch. It's a no-face watch. It was awesome. It was one of those weird things. I kept losing it, but I would always find it. And after like 8 times, I decided I'm never wearing this again. I'm going to put it aside. And then I met John Heder. You know who John Heder is? He played Napoleon Dynamite. And I ended up going to his house randomly. And I didn't know he knew who I was, but he was like, oh man, Spirited Away is one of my favorites. I'm like, I got something for you. So I gifted him that watch. So Napoleon Dynamite has that watch.
Okay.
I think you had a question?
Oh, yes.
I'll answer you next. Yes.
Is it okay if we sing On the Open Road?
If you all want to sing On the Open Road, I'll sit here and listen. That's fantastic.
No. Maybe Max Goof, since you play Max Goof.
I'll do it towards the end. That's a nice closer. How about that? Okay.
I have a song right now.
You have it right now? You have the music?
I have the music, yeah.
Okay, we'll cue it up. What's your name?
My name is Tyler.
Tyler, we'll
Yeah.
cue it up, and I'll do it. Not the whole thing. I'll do a little bit. Okay.
Okay, right now?
We'll do it at the end. I think it's a nice.
Okay.
We'll close. It's nice to close a show with a song, right?
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. Come on in. Hey, I'm Jason Marsden. We're talking about Jason Marsden, all things Jason Marsden.
I know, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Shucks. I love you. What's your name?
Leanna.
Leanna?
Yeah.
And your Nightmare for Christmas friend is?
Oh, I know.
Marlena. Nice to see you. And we have a question from your friend here. It is,
Jose.
Jose, how's it going, Jose?
Yeah, so how was it working with the cast of for the Munsters today?
Oh my goodness,
And
throwback.
can you sing that theme song?
Wow, everyone wants me to sing today. Nobody ever asked me to sing. Jose, okay, is anyone familiar with what he's talking about, the Munsters today? Let me explain. Requires fluids. So, you all remember the Munsters show? The original Munsters?
Of course.
Herman, Lily, Eddie came out in 1966 with Fred Gwynne, Yvonne DiCarlo. It was kind of like, Universal classic monsters as a family, and I'm sorry.
Frankenstein, Dracula.
Yeah, Frankenstein, Dracula, and they live in a town, and everyone thinks that they're weird, but they think everyone else is weird. You know, it's like Addams Family a little bit. So in the 80s, it was my first TV series. Thank you, Jose.
I remember.
Where I was cast as Eddie Munster in this TV series. If you have Hulu, type in the Munsters today, you can see a 12-year-old Jason Marsden with black lipstick and pointy ears. Yes. What was it like working on the show? It was amazing. It was amazing because I was 12, just turning 13. I kind of just started getting in the business. I mean, what a great show to be in. I mean, like, when you want to be an actor, I mean, you guys know, with cosplayers in here, I mean, like, what's the fun? I mean, like, the fun is, like, dressing up and, like, embodying these characters, right? So, like, but I'm doing it, like legit in Hollywood, like, with sets, and the set was incredible, and all that. I got to see, like, what fake cobwebs look like, and put all the makeup on and whatnot. And the highlight was Tyler.
Oh, sorry, I'll be back. I just gotta bring my friend her pass.
Okay, got it, okay, because I'll sing.
Yeah.
You gotta be here for that.
Yeah.
For the original Munsters?
I have met the original Eddie Munster, Butch Patrick, yeah. But doing the show was great because I worked on the Universal Studios a lot in Hollywood. At the time, they were shooting Back to the Future 2. They were shooting Dick Tracy. I don't know if anyone's seen Dick Tracy. I was talking with Mike about that. And this was like before security was a thing. And I actually lived across the street from Universal Studios. And because I worked there, I knew all the security guards. So I would, like on the weekends, I just thought nothing about inviting a friend over. We'd ride our bikes over to Universal Studios and play in the back lot. And I was there like while they were shooting. During the show, I got to work with a lot of great old-time comedians that your parents would know. And it was good, clean fun. I mean, go ahead.
I know that Grandpa, he passed away too.
He did, Howard Morton. Howard Morton, he was amazing. He was in a show called Give Me a Break, and Mary Hartman. He was a lovely man. I miss him a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I did get to meet Butch Patrick, who was the original Eddie Munster, who I had heard didn't really, I don't know if he just didn't approve or didn't like our version. I understand. I mean, like, it really was unnecessary. You know, once the first Munsters I thought was like lightning in a bottle. This was like the 80s color version. We couldn't really hold a candle to it. It was our own thing. But I did meet him, and he was gracious dude. Yeah. Good question. Oh my gosh, throwbacks. Yes, Harley?
Hello.
Did you knit that?
No.
No?
My grandma crocheted it.
She did? Your grandma helps out with cosplay?
I saw a picture of it and I
She's
was
into
like, I guess she's noticed when I was looking at it and was like, I can do that.
I
And
love
so she
that.
did that.
Amazing.
Do you have any advice for starting out in acting, voice acting?
Yes, I do. You ready for this? Anyone else here interested in voice acting?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a few hands here. All right. Here we go. Voice acting 101. What's like, I'm going to name some voice actors here. Tara Strong.
Yep.
You know who Tara Strong is?
Yes.
We know who John DiMaggio is. How about Mel Blanc? Yeah? Mel Blanc, right on. You'd be surprised how many cons I've been to. I mentioned that name and it's crickets. For those who here doesn't know Mel Blanc? All right, good. All right, I have to explain to you. I mean, like he's Mel Blanc, like John, like Tara. I mean, breathed life into Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Foghorn Leghorn. All these characters. Why do you think those guys are so good at what they do?
They practice for us.
Practice. Okay, that's good. What else? They're good actors. Yes.
Experimentation.
Experimentation. That's part of it.
Voice training?
Voice training, totally. But you nailed it. What's your name? Gabriella. Yeah, they're good actors. You know, it's no point in being able to do funny, wacky voices unless you can perform with them. You know, a lot of people say, "Did you like that?" Oh, well, hold on to that. I like how excited you got. Save it, save it. A lot of people say like, oh, I do a great Homer Simpson at work, and everyone tells me I need to get into acting. Or I do a great Bugs Bunny. I should get into acting. And that's fantastic. You probably do a great impression, but that's different than being a performer. So if you really, in your heart of hearts, want to be a voice actor, an actor, I encourage you to take scene study. I encourage you to do theater. I encourage you to take improv classes. These are the tools that will help, especially with voice acting, because it is performing, and especially nowadays. I mean, like if I get copy for like these wacky cartoons, featuring a talking McDonald's cup for talking to a bag of Cheetos. I mean, the direction is always like not cartoony voices. They want real performances. So make sure if you join a local theater, look on Facebook and see if there are groups, acting groups of film in your community, even voiceover. I mean, it's all over the place. I found. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and there's a big voiceover community there, and we have TiVo, Tennessee Voiceover Exchange, and a lot of professionals. Not a lot of animation in Tennessee, mostly industrial and promotion, that sort of stuff. But it is work. If that's what you want to do. Yeah, I'm happy to answer any more questions about that. I'm happy to encourage people to do that. Who was that? Yes.
No, not me.
No. Okay.
I'm too starstruck.
Oh gosh. Shucks. Little old me. Yes, Jose.
Yeah. So how was it work with the cast of the Full House?
How was it to work with a cast of Full House? Yeah, I did Full House. Anyone recognize? Yes. Right on. I played one of DJ's boyfriends. Yes. I was the rich guy. Yes.
You say DJ or the keeper?
Well, I was technically DJ's boyfriend. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Kimmy, I don't think that ever had. I think she wanted to go out with Rich. Not Rich. What's his name? Nelson. She wanted to go out with Nelson because he was rich, wealthy. But no, it was a relationship with DJ. It was fantastic, Full House. They welcomed me like I was already part of the cast, like I was there since day one. Bob Saget is just as blue and inappropriate as he is. Yeah, that's how I discovered that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can't. It's a PG-13 con, so I can't tell you any further stories about that. But trust me.
Oh, I know.
They're good. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everyone was super cool. I did like 6 of those and had a great time. They asked me to return for my character in Fuller House, but I had a conflict. I was like, I don't know. I got invited to Dragon Con, and I'm like, I don't know. I hear that's a good time. I don't want to miss out on that. And I did. I chose Dragon Con over Fuller House. What can you do? You do have a question? You had something exciting that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
What's your name, man? You, or your fake name. Nothing has to do with you. And you think I can read that from here? I'm 43 years old.
Sorry,
I need
you
bifocals.
so you can call me.
You don't have to tell me your name. Just tell me your question.
I was wondering, do you think you can still do the voice of Chester?
Do you think I can still do the voice of Chester? I can do the voice of Chester! Yes, it gets you so... You think you're excited? There's a big dirt pile in the back of my trailer. I play with that all the time. You can come on over, we can hang out inside. My dad says that we can drink anything that falls off his lap when he falls asleep. Yay! I got this friend named Timmy, and he talks to himself a lot. I don't really understand what that's all about. It's crazy. I got braces. Do you have braces? Do you want braces? You can have my braces. I'm Chester!
Thank you. I got a little embarrassed when I did that. Hi. Hi. You just want to say hi? How's it going? I like your bunny. Can I hold your bunny?
Yes.
Yes. Fluffy. Yes. All right. What's your question?
So, what originally made you want to go into voice acting instead of regular?
What made me want to get into voice acting instead of regular acting?
Well, instead of on TV shows.
I'm going to keep this and school you for a second. It's all acting. It's all acting. You're so cute. burp him. I started when I was 12, and my agent, like I said, we're hired hands, and my agent just sent me out for everything. They sent me out for voiceover, for commercial, for on camera, and voiceover is just one of those things that I was good at. I gravitated towards. I really started. This is a fun story. I'll give you back your money. What's your name?
Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, because I did like commercials and stuff. I did some cartoons, like I said. Oh no, I don't know if I told you. Ever remember the Disney's Adventures of the Gummi Bears?
Yes.
That was my very first cartoon. I did the voice of Kevin, the boy who was friends with the Gummi Bears. And the only reason I landed, I was the second actor because the first guy went through puberty, didn't sound like a kid anymore. So I snatched the job. Then most of the cartoons I did, I was using my own voice. And then the movie Aladdin came out. Robin Williams and Scott Winger, and they were doing a TV series. And of course, Robin Williams wasn't going to do the TV series. They needed a genie. I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I wrote myself a monologue doing as many impressions as I could. I wish I still had it. And I gave it to my agent. I'm like, I want to read for this. And I did my impressions for him. It was like stuff like Noah, like Ronald Reagan and all, Jack Nicholson and all the pop culture stuff. And he was so impressed, he sent me upstairs to the adult division. And the adult division of our agency, we had Dan Castellaneta, the voice of Homer Simpson, and Michael Bell, and Mark Hamill, So I read for them, having their prowess of having actors in a lot of animation. I got through them, I got a lot more opportunities, and that's when the voiceover and animation really took off. Yeah. Thanks, Stephanie. You bet. Yes, I saw them both at hand at the same time. I'm going to go here, and I'll go you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. What's your name, bud?
Anthony.
Anthony, what's going on, Anthony?
I'm doing well, man. Thank you.
You bet. What's on your shirt? The Reliant Brothers?
No, it's
Bill and Ted. Excellent. Right on.
Yeah. So, did you have a project that you particularly enjoyed growing up, or that you worked on, or do you have something now that you particularly enjoy looking back?
Oh man, it's like picking your favorite child. I only have one child, by the way. Yeah, they're all. I mean, like Munsters was a good time just because, man, working on the Universal Studios lot at the time was like awesome. Because I'm a fanboy. I mean, meeting all these celebrities, seeing how they shoot these movies. Working on Step by Step was cool. That was another great show. They were on like 5 years, and then I came along, and again they welcomed me like I was there since day one. They kept me on for a couple more seasons. A Goofy movie was a good time. Yeah. There's a show I work on called Transformers Rescue Bots. Has anyone seen that? Yeah, we got a couple people there. It's a Transformers universe for the younger version, the younger kids, but it's a groovy show, and we're actually I think the longest running Transformers series right now. The reason I like that show, it's with me, Maurice LaMarche, DC Douglas, Lacey Chabert, and then a bunch of new guys. We got Maury Williams, Shannon McCain, Steve Bloom. He's not a new guy. He's been around. Steve. He used my butt, so I was Cade. So the show takes place in this island town off of Maine, with a family of first responders. I'm a arrogant fireman, and Cade, Heatwave, voiced by Steve Bloom, is my bot. He's a fire truck. And I mention the show because you ever work in a job where you just get along with everyone so hard, instantly. It's like you can never recapture that. That was that show. As many shows I've worked on, and I've had such a good time with all of them. I've never had such a solid family created as working on Rescue Bots. We all share a text thread to this day, texting each other, arranging brunches. I don't live in LA anymore, so they're all having fun without me, but that's an example of a show I really dig. I miss working on. Thank you for your question. Hold on, my young lady back here. Yes?
I just wanted to know, how was it like voicing Chase Young and working on Challenge Showdown?
That was great. Challenge Showdown fans here, anyone? Yes. Yeah. So I was, Chase Young. He was I do like boys that turn into dragons. He was more of like a lizard guy.
Watching Dragon Soup.
What?
About dragons.
Yes, you got it. I had never seen the show before, and every so often they'll throw me a role, like I don't have to audition, which feels really good. It makes you feel like, yeah, I've been doing this a while. People know who I am, and they just gave that to me, and it was great. You know, I worked with my friends, Tara Strong and can't remember his name. Good friend, can't remember his name. Tom Kenny was in it, absolutely. Wayne Knight, who was
Dojo. Yeah.
he was Dojo, but you all know him from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
He gets eaten by the Dilophosaur. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time, and I watched the show after that, of course, and was really blown away by the stories and the style of it. They did it again. They brought it back, but it's like one of those weird political things. They had to be produced in Canada, so they can only hire Canadian or Canadian American actors, and I didn't fall into that. So I think they used. Oh my gosh, I'm just blanking on names right now, and I'm sober. It's crazy.
We can fix that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a good, clean fun. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
Jose, I know you got one.
Yeah, so how was it working in the movie Hocus Pocus?
How was it? Is this, you have like your own show? Is this going to be on like the Jose channel?
Yeah.
Yes? Do you watch these when you get home?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who here's seen Hocus Pocus? Yes.
Everybody.
Right on, right on. Oh, excellent. So you're not virgins then? Good. Then you may approach the black flame candle. Yes. Excellent. It was fun. Did anyone find it weird that in the beginning of the movie, it's a tall blonde boy with my voice coming out of his mouth? Yeah. Crazy. That's Sean Murray. Sean and I were buds back in the day. So when they were shooting Hocus Pocus, I was working next door on Boy Meets World, I think.
Okay.
And I had worked with Omri Katz on another show when we were younger.
Yeah.
And so I would go over and visit him and hang out. I actually auditioned for his role to play Max in Hocus Pocus. So and again, I love sneaking onto sets. I love hanging out. So I watched like a lot of the witches' scenes, you know, when they were in that was in a soundstage where their house was. Got to see Bette Midler. I didn't really meet anybody. And then months go by. They finish shooting the movie. They're cutting it together, and they decide, you know, Sean's good. He's great, but his voice sounds kind of Valley-ish, you know. Thackeray Binks is a 300-year-old person, now Cat, from colonial Salem. He's supposed to probably have like a sort of British accent. So they had a casting call. I read for it. I got it. And because the movie was near completion, I had to go back and dub all of Thackeray Binks, and I also had to dub Sean as well. It got down to where, if you remember, he's trying to save his sister, and he climbs in through the water wheel, and he's soaking wet, and he's close with him, and he's upset because they're about to kill his sister, and he's breathing, and you can see this bead of water going in and out of his nostril. His breathing, that's my breathing. That's how meticulous they are. They could have just kept his breathing, but no, his vocal cords are completely erased from that movie.
So how was it with Doug Jones as the...
Doug Jones, never met him. I still haven't met him. I was at Fanboy Expo in Knoxville. We were in the same room. I went over to talk to him. His line was incredibly long. So I didn't get to meet him. I would love to meet him because he's outstanding.
Yeah, he was Billy, the zombie.
I am aware.
Yeah.
Yes, he was Billy the Zombie. No, I didn't get... He wasn't on set when I was there. And when I was recording all the stuff, it was at a sound stage. It was just me and the director, pretty much. Anyone else seen Shape of Water?
Yes.
Yes? No one else?
Not yet.
No? Not yet?
I want
It's
that.
great. It's isn't it rated R? It's rated R, so you gotta ask your parents. But it's beautiful. And Doug Jones does like amazing job in that. Amazing, amazing. Who else? You ready? You ready yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got?
I'm
for me?
trying.
You're trying?
I have two questions.
Yes.
One is, you know, a lot of Disney sequels, people don't tend to quite like them.
Yes.
You know, when you get a little further in.
Sure.
How did you feel about Lion King 2 once it was done? How did you feel about it?
The unnecessary Lion King movie, you mean?
Yes.
It's
my favorite. So, because of you.
I appreciate that. I say that in jest. I say because look, I mean, like like when you work in the industry, and I'm not speaking for all actors in my position, but like when you work in an industry as long as I have, and believe me, and I started like wide-eyed and like really enchanted by the whole thing, but then you realize it is a business, and sometimes the decisions that are made are like it's just for money, and that it upsets me, you know.
Yeah.
So at that time, it was because of Aladdin. They released Aladdin sequel straight to video, and it made gobs of money. And so Michael Eisner's like, guess what? We're gonna do lots more of these. So it's not like there was any. I'm not gonna like crap all over Lion King 2 because it was beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. The directors did a fantastic job. It's beautifully animated. It really does justice. It was fantastic. It was a pleasure to work on.
So you didn't hate it?
I didn't hate it. I mean, it's like Lion King is, again, it's like one of those things that I don't know how you expand upon that. Yes, they have, and they have successfully. I am fortunate to have been part of it, part of the whole thing. But to me, like it's great. It doesn't hold a candle to the original. You know, be excited about the live action version.
I think it's another unnecessary thing.
Okay, all right.
Like
So
it's live action, but it's animated.
Right.
So
right.
what's the point?
Did you like Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Yeah, same director. We could argue the same thing. I have hope. I have hope for that.
Aladdin too.
And they're doing. I know that. I'm really concerned about. I saw Aladdin 8 times in the theater.
Because
I don't know.
Will Smith is cheating, so.
It could work. You're in the wrong panel, sir. I'm sorry.
No, I just forgot something.
Okay, are you coming back?
I am.
Yay! I'll wait. We'll wait for you.
I still talk to you about you and Tara.
What's that?
I want to know about you and Tara.
You know about me and Tara?
Yeah, Tara Strong.
Yes.
How well do you know Tara Strong?
I know her very well. He's gonna stay now. There's one way to get to Tara
For a little
Strong.
bit, just want to know.
Yes. You want to know about Tara Strong?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Well, during your Fairy Out Paris moments, what was the most funny moment you had with Tara?
Oh my gosh, funny moment I've had with Tara. I mean, it's all funny moments. I can't remember, think of a specific one. I mean, she's. I knew her before she was Tara Strong. She was Tara Sherendorf. Just moved to LA from Canada. She had a lot of success in Canada, and we worked on a cartoon called Extreme Ghostbusters. Yay, thank you. And she, just one of those gals that you knew like instantly would be. I'm not surprised at the success she's in right now. You know, you're familiar with June Foray? Yeah. If you know Belle Blanc, you should know June Foray. June Foray was Rocket J. Squirrel, every witch that you've heard, in every Disney or Warner Brothers short. Multi-talented. I mean, Tara, I would liken her with that. Tara, Greg Griffin, the same as well. But she's always. I can't. If I could think of a specific moment, I will let you know. Some of the first one that comes to mind is again, it's a PG-13 show. It's highly inappropriate. Can't share it. But because most voice actors are like really blue anyway. That's in the booth. My favorite moment is Kevin Michael Richardson and Jim Cummings doing dueling Mike Tyson impressions. If you know anything about Mike Tyson's history, you can get really
Gets really dark real fast.
really dark real fast. You got it.
One question though.
Yes, one more question.
Do you ever know when Tara Strong will come to Metrocon?
I'll text her right now and see if she.
I got another one for you.
Hey, I'm at a con in Tampa, and nobody cares about me. Oops.
You didn't mean to me. I didn't mean I care of yours, Chester.
I didn't know. Hey, I'm at a con in Tampa. Period. Everyone's asking me if you're going to come to Metrocon? Question mark.
She came to you.
We'll find out. How much time do you have, Mike?
We'll see if it happens.
No, I mean, how much time do I have before I
You have 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Okay, 20 minutes, sorry.
You have another one? Yeah. What
Back in Boy Meets World,
Yes.
did you and Will Friedle, did you guys really like each other? Were you really,
Yeah,
good
yeah,
friends?
absolutely.
You
You bet.
still keep in touch at all?
We still keep in touch. Yeah,
Yeah.
my best bud. Went to his wedding a couple years ago in Connecticut,
That
and
makes me happy.
yes, yeah, we both auditioned for that role, and I jokingly say I did a show called Almost Home, and they flew him out from Connecticut to audition. It was down between me and him, and I booked it. And then for Boy Meets World, it was down between me and him, and actually Ryder Strong's brother Shiloh, the three of us. And then Will booked it, and I always say I just gave that to him so he didn't have to go back to Connecticut and defeat. But he earned it fair and square. Yeah. Yes.
Me, right? Okay.
Yes,
So,
Tyler.
I was just wondering, and correct me if I'm wrong, but were you on Full House? Would you happen to be on in the wall? Were you DJ's Rich Aqua?
Yes, I was.
You were?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Or you're not joking with me? You're not.
No,
You missed that
not kidding.
conversation. We already had that
Oh, you
conversation.
had a conversation?
Yeah.
When you went out to get your friend in the past, we covered. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my God.
It was good. It was. Here's the recap of that. It was good, clean fun. Bob Saget is
A dirty old man.
dirty old man.
Just like Roshi.
It was a good time. Yes. Yes.
It's fun. Not at all.
Yes.
Is there any character, the character that you did not like, but you played anything?
Character that I didn't like that I played anyway. That's interesting.
Max Goof.
You know, it's funny. I love Max, but he was a dick to his dad, man. I mean, I don't get it. I'll find out when my son's 14. But I mean, but I always. It's not like I didn't like it, but I understood it's for the story, but I always felt bad the way that he treated Goofy. Also because Bill Farmer, who's the voice of Goofy, is a good friend of mine, and Goofy's he's just Goofy. That's who he is. Goofy. I mean, talk about living your truth. I mean, Goofy is living his best truth all the time, and all he wanted to do is take his son fishing and have a good time and bond. And I mean, it would have been a terrible story, otherwise. But I love doing the voice of Max. I'm disappointed in the way he behaved. Absolutely.
Spoken like a true father.
Yes. Indeed.
I'm not
Yes,
mad.
you had a question?
Disappointed.
Oh, was your okay? Oh, you were in solidarity? Yeah. 2 hands, price of 1. Yes, my friend.
On the subject of Bill Farmer, we had gone to a panel pitch a year ago, 2 years ago,
2015.
and he had mentioned how you were disappointed how you didn't get to sing in a Goofy movie. Did you
Yeah.
really try to convince him on that, or the studio on that, or did that just kind of fall through?
No, it kind of fell through. I landed the job. I landed the voice. And they're like, we're going to bring you in to audition to sing. You have the voice no matter what, but we have to see if you can sing. Now, look, I was 18. I'm not a trained singer. I did the best that I could, and it wasn't what they were looking for. I mean, again, I'm not trained. Maybe if I tried harder, I mean, I could do what Aaron Lord did. Aaron Lord did a fantastic job. I could do what he did. But Matthew Broderick can sing. He didn't do the singing voice of Simba. Josh Keaton can sing. He did not do the singing voice of Hercules. It's their playground, man. They can invite whoever they want. Yes, my friend.
Me?
Yeah. Were you just waving?
No, I had a question.
Yes.
With that, do you think it would be possible, I don't know, after her or before, could we get you to sing something from After Today?
We'll do a whole Goofy movie concert.
I'll die.
Maybe I'll do a little acapella. I'll try to please everybody. So you asked a ton of. Let me get. Okay, one more. Then I'll ask. Yeah. Do you have a question? Yes.
So Goofy movie was a fan favorite with me and my brothers growing up. We would always watch that.
Love it. Yeah.
Whenever we got a chance to get together and everything. I just wanted to ask just if you could talk about your experience just doing that movie, meeting any of the cast there, and just your overall experience doing that movie.
Absolutely. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam. Thank you, Adam. It was outstanding. We recorded about a year. It took about a year or so, off and on. It was mostly just me and Bill at the time, and I had met him before, but that's when we really kind of solidified our friendship, our family ship, And I was way impressed with him because, again, think Goofy, oh, I'll talk like this, oh, yeah. But Bill is a fantastic actor, and people always ask me what's my favorite scene in the movie, and I always say it's a scene with Goofy and Pete in the hot tub. I know that sounds weird, sounds crazy, but it's a real moment that happens there where Pete is trying to explain to Goofy, like, your son's duping you, man. You know, he's, you gotta get him under your thumb, Goof. My son respects me. And Goofy's like, my son loves me. I mean, it's very tender moments, you know. Not a lot of people know this, but like, I mean, Katzenberg was with Disney at the time, and Katzenberg now with DreamWorks. You know, he loves celebrities. He tried to get a celebrity to do Goofy. I think they were talking about maybe Steve Martin, you know. For a while, Pete wasn't voiced by Jim Cummings. I would come in and be some different guy. Ultimately, they made the right decision, and they kept Jim Cummings, who is, he's unstoppable, you know. I'm very excited for...
Did you happen to meet Pauly Shore? Who
I did.
plays Bobby?
I did. I met Pauly Shore. I got him to autograph my son-in-law poster. And it's funny because he's telling me, he's like, yeah, you know, buddy, I'm just trying to get away from, you know, doing the thing, you know. But ultimately, that's all he did with Bobby, and I think he did the sequel, and he just kept doing that. But he was super cool, very cool. Yeah, it was a great experience. Yes, there was another gentleman behind me.
How different would Spirited Away be if Hocus was replaced with Chester?
So listen to your hero. You're gonna go over this bridge. You gotta hold your breath. Then you gotta go see Kamaji. He's gonna give you a job.
I think she would have been stuck in that world forever. Awful. Awful.
I'm gonna turn into a big rolling dragon. Yay!
Jose, what else? What else you got?
Yeah, how was it with the tights of the Boy Wonder?
How was it wearing tights? Okay, for those who don't know, you can see this on YouTube. It's called The Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Bert and Adam. Yes! Yes! I played Burt Ward in the flashbacks when they were shooting Batman, the TV series. How was it wearing the tights? It was awesome! I loved it. I like wearing tights. I'm wearing tights right now. What? Did you have a question? Yes. Did you have another one? Who had another? Oh, Tyler. Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like rush you, but like I have a panel going on.
I just want to hear.
Like it's just I'm hosting it, and like I can we sing that song?
Yeah. Hey, can we move this panel along so I can go? Well, I think we're almost okay. Now, how are we gonna do this? Do you have the bring? Come up here.
Yeah, I have it.
All right. Which song is it? On the Open Road? Are you going to do Goofy?
I'm going to do Goofy.
Okay. I don't want to do the whole song, though, because you've got to go.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're like
tiny people, yay!
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hold on, it's an ad.
There's an ad.
Yeah.
Let's see if Tara texted me back. She has not texted me back. I'm sorry.
4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Tell me when you want to like stop singing.
Okay. See you, Goofy. See you, Star.
Do ya need a break from modern living? Do ya long to shed your weary clothes?
Grab a friend and
take a ride together on the open road. Come on, Maxie!
All in all, I'd rather have detention. All in all, I'd rather eat a toad. And the old man drives like such a klutz that I'm about to hurl my guts directly upon the open road. Ain't nothing
It doesn't upset me, cause now we're on our way. Our trusty map will guide us straight and true.
Roxanne, please don't forget me. I will return someday, though I may be in traction when I do. Well, that's good.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's hear your... Awesome. 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 All right, enjoy your panel.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will, you too.
Uh-huh.
How much time do we have, Mike?
9 minutes.
9 minutes? You said 10 minutes 10 minutes ago. Was it like
20 minutes.
Was it 20 minutes? Oh, okay, cool. All right, yay. All right, then we'll wrap it up with What was it you want to hear? After today. All right. My goodness. Yay! 9 more minutes. Who's got? I know Jose's got a question. You done? What?
Yeah. If they actually do the movie Sharknado.
If they had to do the movie Sharknado.
Yeah. You seen the movie?
What? I have not seen the movie.
You know that?
No, I don't know what's great. I don't know why I don't want to see that movie. I'm sure it's heaps of fun.
You're not missing much.
Okay. No.
It's a bunch of celebrities, show up always.
I know Ian Ziering is a fantastic celebrity.
I did met him too.
Did you really?
I met him too and Nova.
And who?
Nova.
Nova.
Nova. She's the one. She's the Nova.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not hip with like people these days. I'm sorry. Yes.
What's your favorite part of being a dad?
Favorite part of being a dad is I love watching him get older. I love seeing reflections of me and him. I love trying to introduce him to things. He and I are alike, but he definitely has his own interests. I like that there's an extension of me, represented, running around. I like getting him stuff. I like I love when I'm gone and I come back home. There's no greater greeting than your child like going, "Daddy," and throwing their arms around you. So, yeah. Yes. I met her in Studio City, California. Yes.
To continue the trend, can you say a couple lines from Richard Foley, but in Chester's voice?
Rich Foley, that was from Static?
Yes.
Static Shock?
Hey, Static! Help me get my gear on! I can't put this backpack on! Static, out! That hurts! What are you walking on carpet?
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, young lady in the back there.
What's one dream role that you wish you could do that you just emotionally accepted you will never do?
Oh man, I have emotionally accepted that I will one day. I always want to voice Batman. I've read for him a few times. There's some superheroes. Spider-Man, I thought would be cool.
Yes.
Yes. My pal Robbie Damon's doing it right now, and he's killing it. Yeah. Yes.
Sorry. So I feel like you just kind of came out of hiding to come to the con. Like I noticed I haven't seen you do much.
Oh no.
And you've been doing a lot of things.
I mean, I understand what you're saying.
I have like social media, like I didn't see a lot of your presence, and then all of a sudden you were there, and I'm like,
oh really? I feel like I'm on social media too much. No, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And then I visited Tennessee for the first time, and something changed. I felt like I belonged there. I felt it felt familiar. Turns out I liked authentic people. Turns out I liked, the music scene there is insane, and it's not just country, it's all over the spectrum, and performers are just pouring their guts out on stage, sometimes for like 6 people, and it blows my mind. The food is great, we have no neighbors, it's wide open spaces, it's a slower pace, there's no traffic, I love it. As a result, I pick and choose when I want to go to LA for work. And a lot of the stuff that I do, sometimes it's like 15 minutes of work, and I have to pay for my own flight. So I'm like, do I want to fly back, go in a room for 10 minutes, and then leave? It's not cost effective. So yeah, I'm not working as much as I used to, which is my choice. There are some, like I worked on DuckTales, I worked on, I did some Max stuff for Disneyland Paris. I record those in Tennessee.
Well, I meant more like socially, like you all of a sudden are at cons, and I couldn't be happier.
Girl, I've been in cons all year.
I noticed.
Oh, yes.
And I freaked out as soon as I saw you were doing cons.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Oh no, it's not like I was hiding. It's like I'll give you some like inside baseball. Like there's so many like actors have. You don't need just one talent representative. You can have many. There's many. I had a few, and I wasn't getting any love. It was weird. And I have peers who I love who have less credits, who are going to Europe and stuff like that. I'm like, not that I'm like hot shit, but I mean, I think I should be. Oh, thank you. But I'd like to do more of these. They're fun for me. I like to meet people. I think I belong in this environment. So I kind of did it myself. I started emailing, and I have a representative I do work with to handle like the legalese if it's too much. But no, I started. I think this is my 6th or 7th this year. I'm doing a few more. I hope to do more next year. No, I love it.
It made me really happy you decided to do it. 'Cause
Bam!
I've never been more excited to see somebody.
Yay! Thank you. Are you live locally? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be in St. Augustine. There's a new con, Ancient City, so I'll be there for that. And Billy West is going to be there if you're all Billy West fans.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You were just mentioning like Lion King 2 a little bit earlier.
Yes. Talking positively about that. Yes.
The response is interesting because I love the third one that they did, one and a half.
Yeah.
I can easily say that's my most favorite Lion King series. The first one's second to the third.
Thank you for your personal opinion. I appreciate that. So we just got a couple minutes. We'll do the song like you asked, which is which one was it again?
After Today.
After Today. Okay. They've been laughing since I can remember, but they're not gonna laugh anymore. No more Maxie the Geek, no more Goof of the Week like before. And then it goes to other people. No more. Yes. Anyone? Yes. No more having to cheat. No more. I know you know the song.
No more mystery meat. No more Jim.
No more Jim. No more Jim. Gonna move to the mall. Live at the pool. Everybody. Gonna talk to Roxanne and not feel like a fool. Cause gonna be cruising. After today she'll be mine. After today if I don't faint I'll be fine. Just think of all the times I've been losing, finding the right thing to say, but things will be going my way. Everybody, after today. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. See ya. You too. Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Back at you.
Let me try to break down. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible because it is a large process. Because basically we have a couple different parts to reach. There's the research part of it where we have to look at these characters. Well, there's two parts really. We have to look at these characters and decide whether or not it will be a good matchup. Because sometimes we look into them at first and it's like, Thor versus Raiden. Obviously one's gonna stomp. We unfortunately did that one anyway. But nowadays we would say probably shouldn't do that. And then if we decide that it's a good matchup, then we go into the more in-depth research process. And that is digging into comics, movies, novels, background guides, like official sources of any sort. And writing down notes, writing down time codes, figuring out where everything is so that other people in the process will know where we found some information about like Thor shooting lightning